Well. Topic I wanted to talk to you guys for a very long time, guys. Listen, I don't understand why we don't grow as people. I really don't. And I got some video clips for you guys. You know, anytime I bring you video clips, it's probably something you've seen before, but it's been a long time. And I believe that we have the propensity to forget. And anytime you guys want to comment or come inside the conversation, I'm going to leave that link inside the chat in a couple of seconds here. But we're talking about no black agenda, no vote. No black agenda, no vote, no reparations, no vote. But let me tell you something. When we talk about the lineage of Barack Obama, we talk about the history of Joe Biden, and we also talk about the history and lineage of Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris, however her name is actually pronounced. So Obama came from a Anglo-Saxon, European descent, white mother that lived out of Kansas. Okay. His father was Kenyan, dark, African Kenyan. But when Obama was 6 years old, he moved to Indonesia, and then he came back and moved to Hawaii at the age of 10. So what am I saying? So we have to understand that first and foremost that Barack Obama is not a foundational Black American. And I too, just like many other Black people, were excited about the first Black president. Now, I did a video not too long ago, and I said, not all skin folk is your kinfolk. And that's absolutely true, because here's the thing. When you don't grow up in Black America, and you guys know what I'm talking about, when you don't grow up in Black communities, Black neighborhoods, you do not have the Black experience. Now, I'm not saying that Barack Obama's not Black. I'm not saying that. So don't take these words out of context. But we always celebrate Obama in a sense of the Black champion. I remember every time Barack Obama came on TV, I was right there and listened to every word he said and hung on to it. And I really didn't understand that, I'm looking at this guy, I'm listening to this guy, but I'm not hearing what he's saying. But let me inform you guys of something that he's been saying for the past, since he ever been on a presidential platform. Now, it was one part of a video clip I could not find for you guys, but I found this, and I want you to really hear what he's saying. Okay, listen, stop whatever you're doing, because I'm gonna give you the premise. The question is, will African Americans ever get reparations for slavery? And they're asking Barack Obama, do you support reparations for slavery? Remember that question. Do Barack Obama support reparations for slavery? And I want you to hear what he says. Please listen.
Do that as president.
Senator Obama, your position on reparations?
I think the reparations we need right here in South Carolina is investment, for example, in our schools. I did a
family. He said he believes that the reparations we need is right here in North Carolina for schools. See, I want you guys to understand the benign neglect, one, two, the deflection of the actual question. Okay? No, Jermaine Anderson, he did not beat around it. He just totally ignored it. Okay, let me back it up. Because this is so disrespectful, because a lot of us honored Barack Obama, but we never really heard what he was saying the entire time he was in the presidency. Okay. And I'm going to show you how each one of these candidates, each one of these politicians who want the Black vote never does anything for Black people. And I've shown this news clipping of Barack Obama giving $12 million to Holocaust Jewish survivors. America did not take Jewish people through the Holocaust. We was not a part of that atrocity. So why are we paying them out? So when Mitch McConnell comes on and says, hey, well, none of the people who are living put Africans through slavery in America, so why would we pay? Well, if America never put Jews through the Holocaust, why would Barack Obama give them $12 million in cash? Let me continue.
I think the reparations we need right here in South Carolina is investment, for example, in our schools. I did a town hall meeting in Florence, South Carolina, in an area called the Corridor of Shame. They've got buildings that students are trying to learn in that were built right after the Civil War, and we've got teachers who are not.
Family, are you hearing this? Listen, he's talking about education for North Carolina, not for blacks. He's talking about the four corners of shame for a state. Look at what the question is. The question is, will African Americans ever get reparations for slavery? And they asked Barack Obama specifically, do you support reparations for American descendant of slaves? And he's talking about what we need reparations for is school reform. What? This is our so-called first black president who has never been foundational black, meaning that none of his parents were descendant of slaves. He did not have a black experience. He did not grow up in a black community. He doesn't understand the struggle. So part of me is saying, well, that's why he is the way he is. But the other one is like, you ran on an African-American ticket. You know you won because African-Americans showed out and showed up in record-breaking numbers they've never seen before. People who were 60 and 70, like, I never voted until now. Barack, you get what I'm saying, family? Let them finish, because at the end of this clip, you're going to see what Mitch McConnell says, and I want you guys to remember that. I want it to resonate with you because he says something so profound, it will shock you. Let me carry on. Here I go.
They're teaching in high dropout rates. We've got to understand that there are corridors of shame all across the country. And if we make the investments and understand that those are our children, that's the kind of reparations that are really going to make a difference in America right now.
Is anyone on the stage for reparations for slavery for African Americans? Are you?
I am. The Bible.
Whoa. Can I back that up? Because if you hear the announcer, you hear the moderator, he said, well, is anybody on the stage for reparations for African Americans, the American descendant of slaves? Did anyone hear that? Because he totally understood that Obama wasn't for it. Okay, like somebody said, he said, CNN said, Obama's very smooth, so smooth people are realizing it now. The dude's smooth, but not even that, he's a manipulator, okay? Because he avoided, right? Somebody said he worked around it, he beat around it. He just totally neglected, benign neglect, okay? Now, I want you to, again, to listen to the moderator who said, okay, well, who's for reparations? And then right after this clip, okay, because this guy, he's a church-going guy who's going to say, I support reparations for African Americans because the sins need to be paid. Now, right into that is going to be a quick clip of Mitch McConnell saying some very profound stuff. Please listen. I won't pause it. I'm going to let you guys finish this, okay? I'm going to let you guys finish this. Give me a second.
For reparations for slavery for African Americans. Are you?
I am. The Bible says we shall be and must be repairers of the breach. And
You know, I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
Whoa, family. Did you hear that? I'm going to bring it back. He said, me and Barack Obama are alike when it comes to reparations. We both opposed it, and we are the descendants of slaveholders. That is what he said. Let me back it up to what the moderator said, because I want you to hear what the moderator said, okay? about this, what the moderator said about this. And then right into that, Mitch McConnell says we are both opposed reparation and we're both descendant of slaveholders. Let me back it up. Let me show you. Hold on.
Do that as president.
Senator Obama, your position on reparations?
As myself once
Says we shall.
Is anyone on the stage for reparations?
That are really going to make a difference in America right now.
Is anyone on the stage for reparations for slavery for African Americans? Are you?
I am. The Bible says we shall be and must be repairers of the breach. And a breach.
You know, I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
Family, I know you heard that. I know you heard that. We have to understand that Barack Obama's mother is from Kansas. So what is Mitch McConnell saying? Or is he referring to his Kenyan father? Because we need to understand this. Enslaved Africans came from the entire continent of Africa, not just West Africa, not just South Africa, but we're talking about North Africa, East Africa, South Africa, and West Africa. Slaves were taken, stolen, and traded throughout the entire continent of Africa. So could he possibly talk about Barack Obama's father, or is it a descendant of slave traders? Is he referring to Barack Obama's mother, who her ancestors were slave owners? Because he said, me and Barack Obama oppose slavery. Me and Barack Obama opposes reparations, and we are both descendants of slaveholders. Now, Joe Biden, because family, I don't understand why we don't grow. We don't grow mentally. We don't grow physically. Like, you should be working on you right now. You should be working on your intelligence, your brain, your smarts, your wits. You should be working on getting your body in shape. You should be working on your nutrition. You should be working with your kids. You should be working on your community, your family. You have nothing but time. Joe Biden. Now, for you guys who went out and you voted, what's done is done. For you guys who are teetering, for you guys on the fence about voting, and I don't know which way you're going to swing, it doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I'm not going to be mad at you if you vote for Donald Trump. I'm not going to be mad at you if you vote for Joe Biden. But the question is why? Why are you voting? Why are you doing this? Now, you don't have to explain yourself to me, but let me give you a little bit more information so you become a well-informed voter. And because majority of my viewers look like me, I like to cater to you right now, because we understand historically, ever since Martin Luther King, 55, 60 years ago, African Americans switched from being Republicans to being Democrats, okay, because of Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Law, then after that he signed immigration. Now, we understand all the trick words that the Democratic Party uses to benign neglect and undermine Black people. They use the word minority. They use the word immigrants. They use the word people of color. They use the word urban. They use the word diversity. They're not talking to us. They're talking at us. Do you know that Indian Americans, East Indian Americans, do not consider themselves a minority? Because they understand the words minority. The root word of minority is what? Minor. You are a minor to me. You are a child. See, we need to start considering ourselves what we really are, our majority. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole we're Moors, and that's too deep. That's too deep. But let me show you, for some of you who support Joe Biden and that you think he's going to do something for Black people because he wrote a illegitimate plan about the Lift Every Voice plan that really has no tangibles for Black people. Let me just show you, okay? Because, again, this is when we listen and not hear what people are saying. You ever just like, yeah, I'm listening, but you're not really hearing what they're saying. You're just listening. Like you pick up a couple of things, but the question about reparation comes up again and again and again and again. And Joe Biden is consistent, just like he did with Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club. He avoided the question. Now on the presidential debate stage, he could not ignore the question. So what he did, he talked nothing about the question. He talked about immigration. What does reparation have to do with immigrants? What does reparations have to do with immigration? And he's going to talk to you about how, in my opinion, now this is me being biased. Basically, why in the hell would we talk about reparations for black people? The immigrants are the hardworking people. You know, it's funny that if you know your history, that black people, Moors, which is another, synonymous with black, traveled the entire world before slavery and settled all of these lands. Because you'll hear people talking about even before there was white Irish, there was black Irish people. There was black people here before Native Americans on North America. But I'm not going to get too deep. I'm going to back up because I want you to see this video. And I want you to understand that if you think that Joe Biden is going to do something for you, if you think Kamala Harris is going to do something for you, I just want to inform you, family, that they're absolutely not. Because time and time again, they let you know what exactly they're not going to do for you. Here we go.
President Biden, do you support reparations?
Look, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance.
Vice President Biden, do you support reparations?
Look, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single.
The moderator said, Joe Biden, do you support reparations? He said, give me a second. I never really answered this question. The reason why the country we are is because of immigration. That is what he said. Has nothing to do with reparation. I'm going to let him continue because this is a sham. Okay, you've been manipulated at the polls and you guys are out there. I'm seeing people busting bussy and dancing and cutting a jig and cutting a rug out there, dancing, talking about I voted. What you vote for? I talked to a buddy of mine. I'm going to refrain for his name. I'm going to show you the rest of the video. He's an older guy. And I told him that people in the older generation, usually over the age of 55, 60, something like that, he's talking about people of color. I'm like, dude, you're black. Why talking about, well, I'm talking about Americans. I'm like, dude, you're 60-something years old. You don't understand what black Americans have been through in this country. And you're talking about people of color. I said, we're not people of color. We're black. And that's what he doesn't understand. Then when I started breaking down to him the different things that occurred to different groups, the reparations that other groups got into this country, and just when Barack Obama was in office, he couldn't say anything. Oh, man, I just, think we should vote. Why? So we can make America better. I asked him this. I said, have your life changed? Have your life changed every time you voted? He said no, but I've seen changes. What changes have you seen? Oh, police stop killing black people. Well, no. Black people are doing better financially. Well, no. What changes have you seen then? Because when people talk about, oh, I'm voting because of education, I think we need education reform. You know what? I'm voting for health care because, I'm voting for communities to have better resources. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there's two really things I really support. Two things. It's reparations. And all of this is reparations. This is all in a reparations bag. One, closing the wealth gap. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, would you care about healthcare? Would you care about education? Would you care about resource and community if you had more money? Because here's the thing. White Americans, East Indian Americans, they don't care about stuff like that because they got money. They fund their own things because they got money. If we had more money, our neighborhoods would be better. You get what I'm trying to say? If we had more money, our schools would be better. If we had more money, we wouldn't have to settle for the government's healthcare plan. We'll choose our own. Like, nah, I don't want Dr. Slavey. I want Dr. John. I want Dr. Darrell. I want the best. I want the best black doctor. I want the best doctor. I want this because I have enough money to pick my own healthcare plan, but we cannot because we're broke. We're broke as a race. So I'm tired of this bull crap. I'm tired of it, tired. I'm going to back it up and I'm going to let it play out because I don't want to go too long where you guys not hearing this video. Because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous how we allow all these politicians to speak around the point. To speak around the point, but not neglect to ignore us. And we still go out in droves, waves, groups to vote for these suckers. And you know what? They're suckers, but we the fool. We the fool.
Vice President Biden, do you support reparations?
Look, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it, every single American, and you should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants. That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what makes us different, and we should invest in them.
Thank you, Mr. Biden.
I'm so confused right now. Anybody confused? Are we listening to this, family? The question is, let me go back. I want to show you, what was the question?
Vice President Biden, do you support reparations?
Look, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every
Immigration.
The people who come here benefit from it, every single American, and you should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants. That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what makes us different, and we should invest in them.
Thank you, Mr. Biden.
This is what I'm talking about, family. You guys are not informed about this stuff. See, after Obama, I really started listening to what politicians were saying. I'm not gonna lie, I was a fool. I was a fool for a very long time. I said, no, not again. I realized that we're not getting anything accomplished. He did not answer the question at all. The question is, Senator Joe Biden, do you support reparation? He said, we are not the country we are because we are the country we are because of immigration. Now, like I always do, because I love playing this one video clip for any new viewers, for you to understand, I played Obama. So if you want to go back and rewind Obama did not support reparations. Okay, but we understand that Barack Obama is not a foundational Black American. When Joe Biden was presented the question, same thing. And here's the question for today. Why don't we grow? And I mean here. I mean in all aspects of your life. Why don't you grow? Everybody else is growing. Everybody else is understanding what's going on, but not us. But not us, family. So let me play this one more clip for you guys, because I think you need to know it doesn't matter if it's Barack Obama, Joe Biden, or Kamala Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, why are you voting? I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying you shouldn't. That's your own personal choice. I'm just saying.
Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
Family, did you hear the reporter? She wants to know, is there a plan that specifically targets Black Americans to help them out? Because as Kamala Harris said, the disparities that the Black community has faced, whether it be enslaved Africans coming out of slavery, whether it be Jim Crow, redlining, gentrification, the Highway Act, Homestead, you name it, we've been through it. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. I want you to hear this question again, uninterrupted. I'm gonna let it play out, family. I'm gonna let it play out.
Policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country, right?
Emma Flores, is he going to answer the question? Let's write up. Bless America. He did not answer it at all. We got Nader in the chat today. He says, "Good morning, beautiful people. Calling for the streets. I know. I thought when I see one, she's a thought. Trust me, Kamala is no good. Just look at her city of San Francisco." Family. Some people may think I come on here to persuade people not to vote. I'm not. I'm just trying to give you guys information for you to make a conscious decision. Me, I'm not voting. I'm part of that no Black agenda, no vote, no reparations, no vote, because what I realize is that voting has not gotten Black people anywhere. Yeah, you can say, like my buddy said, and I was giving the story earlier. He said, "Well, man, if you don't vote, we don't have a seat at the table." Man, we've been having a seat at the table since they allowed us in politics, but we have never had a meal. We got a seat at the table, but we only get crumbs. Oh, well, if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. Well, I do have a voice, but voting has done nothing for Black people. See, here's the thing: you can vote and say, "Oh, if you don't vote, you don't have a voice." Well, we've been voting, even for Barack Obama, even for Hillary Clinton, and nothing has changed for Black people. Okay, either Donald Trump won or not, but even with Barack Obama's in 8 years, nothing has occurred systematically to help Black people out, to decrease the wealth gap. Have you noticed that the wealth gap has increased? Have you noticed that police killings, police beatings have increased? So, I mean, what's the point here? And we like to demonize and blame Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't call all the police up and say, "Hey, I know you're supposed to be protecting law, but go and kill Black people." We like to point the finger, but the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that we live in an oppressed system. Doesn't matter who's president, because evidently we can't get nothing out of the first African-American president, and that's the difference. He's not a foundational Black American, and if you guys don't understand that term, then you need to define that term. He is not an American descendant of slaves, so he doesn't have the Black experience. He doesn't have the things that we went through. He grew up in Hawaii, Indonesia, in Chicago, when he was a grown man who went to Harvard and Columbia. But he never grew up in a Black neighborhood. That's what you guys need to understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm not trying to persuade you not to vote or to vote. I'm letting you know where I stand, but the information is vital for you guys. Because in order for us to get anything out of this country, and while I'm talking, I just want to show you this one more thing. Because again, I like to show this because people are like, well, black people ain't gonna get no vote because the people of the day didn't do nothing to black Americans. So I like to show people this because they can't never explain this one news story. Okay, they can never explain this one news story because they understand what they're saying is lies, and they try to deflect everything from the truth. They say, well, black Americans will never get reparations. Now, I kind of agree with the point, never get reparations, because we never got them. But the reason behind it is false. Because the question is this, family: why do they get reparations from America? Why did they get reparations from America? Obama administration earmarked $12 million for Holocaust survivors. Why? Let me go down. I love this part right here. These are our mothers and fathers, teachers and mentors. They deserve to live their remaining years in dignity. This is what the money is for. This is reparations. This is liquid cash that's going to help those Holocaust survivors get homes, resources, support, open businesses. And again, I'm not anti-Semitic. They got theirs. Good. Great form. But let's point out a few factors here. The Holocaust happened where? Nazi Germany. Okay. Not in America. But the Obama administration, look at this. After Biden launched the initiative in December 2013, the White House in 2014 named a special envoy to the community to coordinate volunteer activity to assist the survivors. This is what I like to show people. The Holocaust Memorial Museum honors the victims of the Holocaust and Nazi persecution at the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Why did people from another country come over here and get reparations? And here's the thing, family. Here's the thing. They get reparations. They get reparations from Germany. I can type it in, right? Germany give Jews reparations. Reparations. Okay, this is Wikipedia. A lot of people don't like Wikipedia. That's fine. We'll find enough. Look at this. Look at this. This is from one of their websites. The Jewish Virtual Library. Holocaust Restitution, German reparations. I can't do nothing more, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look at this. All right, let me blow this up because I know it's small, but I'm trying to show you guys here. Look at this. Allied government which claimed global recompense to the state of Israel of 1.5 billion from the German Federal Republic. The financial expense incurred by Israel in its absorption of 500,000 Nazi victims could be covered at 3,000 per capita. But the list goes on and on. We're talking nothing but money. 1.5 billion, 845 million, 100 million here earmarked. We go on and on again. Another, listen to this. In 1988, the German government allocated another 125 million for reparations. Okay, reparations, enabling remaining Holocaust survivors to receive monthly payments of $290 for the rest of their lives. I'm not saying $290 is a lot of money, but they're getting $300 a month for the rest of their lives. So the next fool that tells me you can't get reparations because you didn't go through slavery, and when another country comes to America and gets reparations from our government, we need to grow, family. We need to understand what we're doing, what we're saying, and why we're doing it. Please share this video. Please give this video a thumbs up because I really want people to get this information. I really want you guys to be informed. And again, I'm not mad at you if you already voted. I'm not mad if you vote for either party. I'm just trying to inform you because this is ridiculous. People keep telling me, oh, we don't have enough money. We don't have enough money to give people reparations. Okay. 1, 2, didn't we just find like $1.2 trillion for COVID-19 for stimulus? Now we're family. I did another video. I showed you how there was at least $500 million left over. It amazes me how America just comes up with money, but we say we don't have it. Let me leave you with this because I got to go. I got a meeting. But listen to this. So if you're a single person, you get $1,200, okay, stimulus. If you are married with no kids, you get $2,400. And if you are married up to 3 kids, you get $2,400 plus that $1,500. How much do you pay in taxes? So when people say, oh, the government, you're only getting $1,200 back. I paid like $10,000 last year. They gave me like 0.1% of my return back. And I didn't even. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to grow. We have to get more intelligent. We have to read. We have to watch informative videos. I know some of you guys are visual learners. Some of you guys are text learners. You have to get this information. Me, I learn by all means necessary. Reading, writing, watching, listening. I learn always, and you should do that too, because we need to understand that this government, doesn't matter what politician, but most importantly, I'm going to leave you with this. We got to start doing something for ourselves. We can't wait for a stimulus packet. We can't wait for reparations. It's not that we deserve reparations. We are owed reparations. You guys have a great, wonderful day. This is Financial Literacy. Know that this video is much more about who you're voting for. It's about economics. It's about money, because at the end of the day, we need cash. We need to decrease the wealth gap. I'm out.